PK.
I know. I'm trying to do I'm trying to make it easy on you. Like you guys can sit where you want.
Sure, yeah.
Chill.
Have a seat.
Like take a load off.
Would you like to play the guitar?
Yes.
Oh, is that bass?
Of course.
It's a one.
I don't know what's going on
It's
there.
a 5-string.
5.
Yeah, they have one
Confused.
less string than it needs to be.
They're very confused.
Yeah.
I mean, you could make them work though, right?
Fuck it.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Why not?
That's
We're
half the-
professionals, damn it.
Hey, that's exactly what I was saying earlier. It's like I'm a professional just by title alone.
Yes,
like
exactly.
everything else is
I
just
carry that as well. Yeah.
everything is just it's so casual. It's just like I don't like the formality of
Yeah.
everything of like okay, like we're going to do this interview. It's like let's just chat, and have a good time.
Yeah.
Like, that's what I'm about. I mean, it's great to see you guys.
Great to see you too, man.
I'm so excited to see the set tonight, and I do have to ask first off, you're in the bourbon capital of the world,
Uh-huh.
Louisville. Are you bourbon fans?
We are, and
Yeah.
we actually have a Halestorm bourbon out right now.
I was just gonna
Yeah.
say, like with 3 quarts, I saw that.
We just put
It's
a new
really
one out.
good,
We have
too.
we have 2 bottles with them. One is more like standard, and this one we went a little wild.
We went to Bardstown 2 weekends ago
Yeah.
for the
Yeah.
International Whiskey Festival or whatever, Kentucky.
Massive.
Yeah, it was awesome. We had a great time actually. Met all these whiskey influencers. I didn't realize that was a
You
thing.
didn't realize that was a thing. Yeah, we're like, whoa.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
And
it's
all
like,
these,
I mean, especially here and like going down to
Oh,
Bardstown,
yeah.
like it is
Yeah.
big,
Yeah.
but it's cool that you have that partnership and like, I mean, obviously like you have that, so that's gonna be one of your favorites that you have. But like, what other like bourbons are you fans of, or
we
you
have-
just like whiskeys in general?
We have a couple at home right now.
I just tried the Beyonce, the rye whiskey she put out. It's pretty good actually.
Really?
I'm not mad.
Okay.
Our store had. He's like, we got these. These are weird. I was like, fuck it, I'll try. Like, I always go in there and get a weird bottle. And there's
Do we have
another.
some Pappy?
We have some Pappy up on the
Some
shelf.
Pappy, yeah.
I really like the Basil Hayden. It's always
Basil
great.
Hayden. I feel
And-
like
Basil
sta-
Hayden's been
good
like
standard.
Yeah, like everybody
Solid.
goes back to it. Like that's
Solid.
probably
I feel like when you
the one so far.
don't want to make like the hard decision.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, it's like it's always easy
yeah,
to do that.
That's what it is.
Yeah.
So.
So I mean, yeah, but obviously we want people to go and get 3 quarts.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, of course, that's our favorite.
Yeah.
Do you have any favorites of your?
I really like everything from Knob Creek. Like,
Oh,
they
nice.
always do a great job.
Okay.
Like I have a couple bottles of the 12 year that's like
Nice.
it is fantastic. But even everything with 3 quarts, like I'm always like they do so many
They
fun
do a great
collaborations. Like
Well, and it's fun for us because we had a hand in the mixing process. We went and we worked.
Really?
We worked very hard for about 2 hours at
all you need.
their HQ. A
lot of tasting.
A lot of tasting, a lot of mixing, a lot of
Yeah.
blending, and so you know the nose is very important.
Yeah.
I have a lot of fun with that.
Our new one smells great, and it's like 3 different whiskeys blended.
Okay.
Our bourbon is like 2 Indianas and a Tennessee, and the 5-year. One of the Indianas, the 5-year, was finished in these cherry. What are they called? Cherry bash. Cherry something barrels.
Cherry mash.
Okay.
Cherry bash barrels.
Cherry bash. That
It's
was
like
a
a
cherry bash
liqueur
barrel. That was
in
it.
Michigan.
okay.
Like a cherry cordial that they make. They do
Yeah,
like,
they, like, condense it.
moonshine with like cooking spices and cherries, and then
they throw that out of the barrel, and
Yeah.
they
but
distill
only
it.
one of them. So it's not like a cherry
Yeah.
present thing. Kind of comes in
Yeah,
at the
it's
end.
more of a
It smells
hint,
good,
like,
and it comes in
aftertaste,
at the
yeah.
end. And
But it's not like sweet. Yeah.
it's really good. Like it really turned out awesome. Like all these whiskey people were like, "This is really good. Actually, we didn't expect this."
Didn't they enter it in something? I just heard about that.
Yeah, we'll find out next year.
Yeah, we'll find out. Yeah. They entered it in some contest. They're like, yeah, we submitted it. I'm like, sweet.
Hell yeah.
know what that
it
means.
sounds
We'll find
like
out.
It's gonna be
We'll
fantastic.
find out.
Like, I'm all about
We're
it.
the last to know anything. You
It's
know?
a good time.
Yeah.
That's all. It's all.
All
you know.
of a sudden, they're just gonna be like, "Hey, here's this award that you guys won." And it's
Yeah,
like,
oh, thanks. Yeah, it'll show up
Sick.
at the house like, what is this for?
Yeah, like,
Yeah.
I feel like that's happened to you a couple of times recently.
Yeah,
right?
recently
It's
that's
just
happened,
like-
yeah.
Yeah, it's like okay, like this is all right. This is a thing.
Let's
like, great.
do it. Yeah. The weirdest award we got was that Twitter thing. Remember?
Oh, and at Rock in Rio.
It was before it was X, but it was
What?
like at Rock in Rio, we won some
They're like-
most activity on Twitter.
Or like best tweeting band
Best
of the
tweeting
festival.
band of the
Like,
festival,
Sick.
or whatever.
Alright.
I don't know what we did to earn that, but anyway, it's this
Yeah.
like weird neon Twitter bird trophy thing. It's wild. Anyway,
I mean, that's badass.
Yeah, why not?
I mean,
and it didn't break on the way home.
It didn't break on the way home. Yeah.
there you go. So now it's
amazing.
probably front and center on the mantle somewhere.
Yeah, all right.
Mom was real proud.
Yeah.
I love it. But just speaking of success, congrats on another #1 song.
Thank you.
With, the guys in I Prevail.
It's so crazy.
Like it's wild. And like, how's the tour going? Like with you guys right now? Like,
we just ended our tour with I Prevail, and then we're out here for today. 2 more shows tomorrow.
Okay.
We go home for like a day and a half, turn around, go to Oregon, and then up through Canada for the next 3.5 weeks with Evanescence in the morning. So it's going to be awesome.
you guys are just doing the most right now.
Yeah, and we're actually finishing up an album too. So it's like we're doing all the things all at once this time, and it's madness.
I'm hoping there's a day that we get off in February. That's what I'm looking forward to.
Maybe. It's like, you want like one day.
One day to do nothing.
Right?
One day to do nothing. Yeah.
I swear, like that's always the dream, isn't it? Where it's
You're right.
like I get to just relax for a day. But speaking of the new album and everything, so how is that process going? Since you're, just going, or did you hit the studio and now it's like kind of fine tuning?
We've had 3 separate sessions in the studio we're making a record with Dave Cobb.
Nice.
And he's actually a huge like closet metal fan, and so he's really excited. So we're making these great music, but we're constantly touring.
Yeah.
So we've had like 3 different sessions in the studio. We're probably 70, 80 maybe percent there.
Close. We have
so
all the
close.
basics
So we go
done
back.
and-
We have a studio in our house, and so I'm doing a lot of the finishing touches on vocals and sewing everything up, doing solos and all that.
Yeah.
And then we get back in December to just say, okay, this is good.
We're good.
And then and then there we are. So we're excited about it. We really are.
So that means 2025 new album. I'm excited for it. That's going to be badass. One of the things I want to talk about especially when it comes to, obviously like touring nonstop, but the festival mindset. Obviously, it's a shorter set list most of the time and everything. But when you think about a headlining show, putting together that set list, it's always staple songs that everybody wants to hear. You want to throw in new music. What's a song that you wish you could put on the set list, but it just barely misses the cut every single time?
There's a couple of them. We get a lot of requests for "Killing Ourselves to Live" off of the Vicious album.
We haven't played that in a little bit. We will.
We get a lot of requests for some of like the ballads, like the crazy like epic ballads that we have. But it's like when you're doing like a 45 or a 60-minute set, you can't just throw 5 ballads in there. You're just going to put people to sleep. So it's like, it's tough. But we've done a bunch of these tours where it's just an evening with, and so we'll do like 3 hours and take all the requests and do whatever we want. And we love doing that. But that only comes around once in a blue moon.
Well, and we switch our set list every night.
we switch it up every night.
We're always playing shit we haven't played in a while or trying something new.
That's one way to combat it. And really for us, it's about the moments. It's not about the content. It's about how do we penetrate and through the veil and make somebody feel something, even if it's not something that they know. So like we have all these sections in our set, and you'll see tonight that will kind of extend something and show people something new that they didn't know was actually like just a part of us. So it's
It'll be fun.
It's always fun.
It always is. And I love that mentality of like changing things up and like making it a different experience for people every single time. So like, it's like, you come and see this show, but next time you see it, it's going to be a little bit different.
And we have a lot of freedom because we don't go to time code. We don't play with a click. There's no tracks. So we can say, hey, you know what? Let's not do Misery tonight. Let's do something else. It's like in the moment.
It's like, all right, scratch it off.
A lot of times that'll happen too. We're like, you know what? New plan, So
it's like just
Audible.
like shout across stage, be like, we're changing this one.
Or we look at the time and realize we're over. We're like, we have to stop.
We have to stop now.
All right, one more song.
There is an 11-minute version of "I Miss the Misery" out there because it's on the internet now. Some fan found it, and it's incredible because you can see what happened. Like
we gotta keep going.
So Joe looks at his watch. He's like, "Oh my God, we're at the last song. We still have 15 minutes. What the hell? How did that happen?"
Shit.
So he's like, "We got to extend." So we did
Just
this
keep
whole,
jamming.
so we did this whole like improv jam thing at the end of Misery, and then he realizes his watch had stopped.
Yeah,
So
like,
we're actually like now we're
then.
going overtime. So you see all of us look at each other and go,
Like,
no. And
everyone's like, what are you doing?
RJ's
No.
like, hit the brakes, and we're like, we slow everything down. We're like, da 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 da. See you later. You know, it was
Thanks,
funny.
bye. That's been our time.
Good night. Yeah, it's so funny. So yeah, that stuff
my
happens all
gosh.
the time.
Okay, well, like with a shorter set today, maybe not an 11-minute version.
Maybe not an 11-minute version. Yeah.
might be able to wrap it up.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
6 maybe. 6 minutes. I don't know.
6
Yeah.
minutes fine.
That's
Like
fine.
yeah, like split the difference. Like let's do like
Yeah.
8.5 or so.
Yeah.
Like I think that'll be good. But I'm looking forward to the set. I'm looking forward to a new album. It is wonderful to see you guys back here in Louisville. And you know, I say go get some bourbon. Like there's plenty
yeah.
here. Like I don't like why is there not like bottles
I
and
know.
bottles of 3
Everybody
quarts
just
here?
being,
Like
I know. Didn't we bring some on the bus?
4:30. It's only 4:30.
plenty of time.
Didn't we bring a couple bottles on the bus?
No, because they never showed up.
Oh yeah.
We're supposed to get our new
They were
one.
supposed to show up yesterday
We were
before
gonna
we left. So
share it with you guys,
Oh.
but didn't show up.
Yeah.
All right, next
Yeah,
time.
Next time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, a good reason to come back.
that's true.
I'm
we
here
will.
for it.
Thank you so much.
I
man.
appreciate you guys so
Yeah,
much.
appreciate
Thank you
you.
so
Thanks for
much.
taking the time.
Of course.